Hello, welcome back. Today the recipe is for chicken breads. I'm making 2 chicken bread and giving you the recipe for it. Over here I have 4 baking cups of all-purpose flour. In this bowl I have 1.5 teaspoon of salt, regular salt, and 3 teaspoon of regular sugar. I have this active dry yeast. You can just add it directly to the dry ingredients, and then we will add very warm 1/4 cup of milk. Then while mixing it and kneading it, we'll need oil. You can use any oil, 5 to 6 tablespoons, while mixing and making the dough. So I'm adding the sugar and salt to it. 1/4 ounce packet contains 2.25 teaspoon of yeast. I'm just adding the dry ingredients. Just mix it. So as I'm adding 1/4 cup of warm milk and then mixing it to activate the dry yeast. If you have the instant yeast, please use 3 teaspoons of it, and then you can add regular milk also. 5 to 6 teaspoons of the oil to just mix it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we will need 5 to 6 tablespoons or as per require to make the dough. First I'll add with 5 to 6 tablespoons of water. So I kept kneading it, mixing it, and now this dough is ready. I had to use 8 tablespoons or maybe a little bit more water. Just add it gradually so it's not too runny. And at this point it should be a little sticky, but yeah, it's all nicely gently done. It's still a little sticky. What we will need is just take few drops of oil, rub it to your hands like this, and then leave on top of it like this. To make life easier, we can make this bread recipe with the puff pastry sheets also, but I wanted to make the dough as we used to in my childhood for the buns and the chicken bread. That's what I'm doing, just the traditional way. Otherwise you can use the store-bought puff pastry sheets. Now look at this. At this point I'm gonna cover it and put it in a warm place for 1.5 to 2 hours until the yeast has started acting and it has doubled. The dough has been doubled in size. So let's cover it. Okay, have a look. After 4 hours, we are taking it out of the oven, and here it is. Look, it has doubled in size, and now we have to punch out the air. Wow. Woohoo. Love it. It looks amazing. We have to just knead it again, and now it has come back to its original size, and we don't need to put anything in it. We just have to cover it and keep it again for 30 minutes. We're covering it and keeping it aside on room temperature for 30 minutes. You can also leave it in the refrigerator if you want to use it the next day for assembling the chicken bread. Otherwise, 30 minutes at room temperature is just fine. So the ingredients for the chicken filling are, we'll take 1 cup of milk, 2 medium chopped onions, some green bell peppers in pieces, and I have these mushrooms. Shredded chicken is 1.5 cup. Then I have this all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons. We'll need black pepper powder, salt, and some milk, along with 3 tablespoons of butter. And for the final touch, the egg wash, I have 1 egg with some black pepper and a pinch of salt in it, and we'll sprinkle some sesame seeds. I have the white one. You can also add the black one. So on medium flame, I will heat the butter, 3 tablespoons of it, and then follow the steps. So once the butter has melted, we will add the chopped onions to it and cook it for a few minutes, like easily 1 minute or so. After cooking the onions for just a minute, we will add 3 tablespoons of purpose flour and cook it. And the flame is still on medium, taking care that we are not burning anything. So after mixing and cooking the all-purpose flour, I'm gonna add 1 cup of milk to it. Add half teaspoon of black pepper powder to it, and then half teaspoon of salt. Mix it. Keep mixing. Keeping the flame on medium high, just keep mixing it and cooking it. For a little bit taste for my family, I'm going to add half teaspoon of spice powder, which is garam masala powder. If you want it, you can add, otherwise you can omit this spice. At this point, add the shredded chicken along with the mushrooms and the green peppers. It's the green bell pepper or the capsicum. And now we are just going to cook everything through. We will cook everything together on medium flame for a minute. So over here the filling is ready. We will just leave it like this and let it cool before filling it in the dough. And on the other hand, the dough is ready. So in the meantime, I will roll and prepare the dough. For the chicken filling, you can also add any red chili sauce or Tabasco sauce if your family likes it. I think I'm just going to keep it simple. And you can also add coriander leaves and green chilies. But because of my kids, I'm not adding any of that spicy stuff. And just the mushrooms and bell peppers or the capsicums I have added along with the chicken. The imagination is the limit. You can add any other vegetables or olives if you like it in the filling. On the surface where you're gonna make this chicken dough or the bread dough, sprinkle some all-purpose flour and then smooth it out so it's a little bit ready. And now I'm gonna cut it into half. I am making 2 chicken breads out of it, so I'm going to just cut it equally. So I have rolled this in a lengthwise rectangle shape, and now we will start to fill and shape it. Now in lengthwise, I have spreaded the chicken filling onto this dough, and now we'll start making the cuts. Good job. So I just assembled it and with the equal cuts and sealed it. Looks like a fish. So for the eye, this is over here. And look at the shape. You can adjust the dough accordingly over here. And I have prepared the baking dish long enough and big enough to accommodate 2 chicken breads. So I'm gonna place this one on the top of that and then prepare the other chicken bread. So we have got these 2 chicken breads ready in the shape of a fish, kind of. And for the remaining dough, I'll show you how to make a small chicken filled buns. So just took a small piece of the dough and rolled it in this form. And then I'm gonna place some filling, some mushrooms in the filling and this. And now we just have to stretch it and have all the corners together. Thank you. Just like this, with some plain flour, all-purpose flour, to just seal. It's now nicely sealed at the back, and one bun is ready. So out of the dough, I made some of them in the bun shape, and 2 of these chicken breads are ready. So with the amount which I showed, you can make this much. And I have a big family, so I like to make the dough at once, and then you can also freeze the chicken bread. If you don't want to bake it and have it all at once, you can put them in the aluminum foil and in airtight box, and you can freeze it up to 3 weeks. So after this, we'll preheat the oven and bake them. So now let's do the egg wash on top of these. Buns. On top of it. If you guys like, or you have the black one, please add those also. They look really nice along with the white sesame seeds. I don't have the black ones, I'm out of it, and I was just trying to avoid extra grocery trips. So we are just trying to use what we have in the house and make the most out of it. So this is how they will look with the egg wash and the sesame seeds on top of them. And now the oven is calling these chicken breads. It's preheated at 356 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's going in. We'll keep an eye, but we have to bake it around for 20 to 25 minutes. Guys, this is how it looks like. I have saved the other chicken bread in the freezer for next time, and this is how it looks like after exactly 25 minutes. I placed it on broil on its 500 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 minutes, and then before putting it on broil, brush it a little bit with melted butter, and then on broil it will turn nicely golden brown. And after taking it out from the oven, just cover it with an aluminum foil so it will stay soft. Till next time, take care. Share this recipe if you like it. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye. Take care.